Hi guys, welcome to another video from Overbite Gaming, and today we're taking a look at Wing Commander Saga, The Darkest Dawn. First up, just a little public service announcement. There is a thunderstorm currently occurring where I am at. It was supposed to start at 12 this morning. It is currently almost 5 o'clock in the afternoon, and it has just started. Lovely. And I took a coat to work and everything, and it was hot, so I sweated my ass off on the way to work and on the way back, and now it decides to thunder. So if you do hear weird banging noises, it's either the thunderstorm or my ass is falling off the chair again. Okay? Just get that out of the way. Okay, so Wing Commander Saga The Darkest Dawn is a fan-made game. It's actually a conversion of Free Space 2, which is a relatively old game. In fact, I have the original somewhere. And I didn't find out about this organically. I found out about this through another YouTuber, so I'll give a quick shout out to Space Cadet Rewind. He does a lot of like space action games like the Wing Commander series. I think his next video is going to be on TIE Fighter. Normally they're really long. This was a mini one. It was about a half hour long, but it got me really interested in the game. I'd heard about it previously, but I just figured it would be Free Space 2 with a coat of paint, and it is a little bit like that, but we'll get into that. So basically what this is a selection of two campaigns, the first one being a prologue campaign which was released as a demo and functions as tutorial, and the second being The Darkest Dawn, where you are again on board a carrier in the Kilrathi War, you know, the best part of Wing Commander. And it does a really good job at evoking like everything about the Wing Commander games with a few exceptions. Graphically it looks, I'd say, probably better than Prophecy, which was the last official one. So yeah, it's a decent looking game. There's been some bells and whistles added to it over the years. Obviously mods have been made to the Free Space 2 engine, so that's a very nice touch. There's voice acting. There are a few issues with the voice acting that I'll get to, but there is voice acting. You'll get the pilots' faces come up and the bad guys' faces come up like you used to in Wing Commander. So, you know, spot on with that. All the sounds, all the noises, they all sound the same. Your shield gets hit, you got the donk noise that you're used to. Super good. Now, as it is a fan-made sort of standalone mod, there are a few issues with it which I wouldn't say curtailed my enjoyment of it, but sort of reduced it a little bit. Now, because it's based in the Free Space engine, this Free Space 2 engine was, it had goals of being more realistic than the Wing Commander combat engine. So you'll find, like before, if you were just near like where you were supposed to shoot the ship, it would just be like, oh, there you go, you're hitting the ship. There you are, you're a badass space fighter pilot guy. Not so much in this. You need to actually shoot where the ship will be, so it's tricky in that respect. This is not aided by the fact I could not get a joystick running with it. Now, in fairness, I don't have like just a joystick. I have my Warthog and I have my Xbox pad and a couple of various pads. But the problem I was running into was the Warthog was just detecting the throttle, not the stick itself, and the joypad, it wasn't picking up the analog sticks. So what you're seeing is mouse driven, I'm afraid, and it's not bad. You do get used to it, but it does the thing with the mouse I don't like. Like in Darkstar 1 and Freelancer, sorry, Starlancer was the one before it. The mouse control would be, yes, you turn with the mouse and all that, but you would shoot where your mouse reticle was. So your turret's tracked where you were actually pointing. In this, you just have fixed reticle, your mouse reticle moves around and that does your thing, but you're still shooting in the middle, and it took me a long while to like get used to that, because it's just like I've got two reticles. I like the one that moves faster. So I'm pressing fire when I'm nowhere near it when I first started playing it, which, you know, is me being an idiot partially, but I just prefer the other control style when you have to use mouse movement in a game like this. So that was my first big problem with it, but the biggest problem I think overall is, now the voice acting isn't bad. It's not like, wow, that's amazing, but it's okay, it's serviceable. But the problem is you have to wait for it. So you launch from the carrier, and you've got to go autopilot to the next nav point, like you normally do in Wing Commander. But it won't let you do it until everybody's finished speaking, and sometimes their speaking can go on a little bit. Now there is a time compression function in it which will affect that, but it can also break some of the scripting of the game. So if you use that, you pay your money, you take your choice. Certainly though, if you have to replay missions, like there are missions which you will have to replay, it's significantly more difficult than previous Wing Commander games, because it's on a free space engine for a start, and it also has escort missions where you have to shoot down tiny torpedoes, escort missions where you have to shoot down skipper missiles, which the skipper missile one, when you got used to it, was fine in like Wing Commander 3 or whatever, but certainly now with having to be accurate with the aiming and having it on mouse, it is a definite challenge for me. And yeah, I had to replay that mission several times, which makes the speaking bit and having to wait for them to shut their mouths kind of annoying, if I'm honest. There's that. Also, there's no like in-game stuff, in-ship stuff I should say. So when you go back, you finish mission, you land, there's no way you can go in ship. You just get a big wall of text progressing the storyline of the campaign, and then when you hit next, you go into a briefing and fly your next mission. So I understand why they've done it that way. I struggle to remember, it's been so long since I played 3 Space 2, but I think 3 Space 2 you could like fiddle with your ship and just go to the next mission, so there wasn't really much that in there either. I think the story progressed more organically outside. I think there were cutscenes actually saying that, so they have that. And there are cutscenes in this as well, in fairness, but you do get like exposition dump wall of text, and it's a big wall of text. On the bright side, runs great. I've had it crash once. It was when I started recording it. I don't know whether that really annoyed it, but I left it going and then basically just started the game again, so it was already recording the screen and then the game started, so that's how I got around that. But outside of that, it's been rock solid. I've had no issues. It scales up to 4K if you want. I'm playing at 1440p, which is the native resolution of my panel. You'll be seeing it at 1080p after I've rendered it and all that bollocks. So. But yeah, it does capture the Wing Commander feel. As I said though, it is more difficult. The combat does feel more free spacey than I'd like, but it's what you're going to get for using a different engine, really. I mean, you can't. Complaining about that is a little bit churlish, because, okay, well, don't play the game is the answer to that. And I would not want to not play the game, because it's a good game. It's a good game. Bye-bye. But, yeah. I mean, it feels like Wing Commander. The combat a little bit less so, which is unfortunate, because, as I say, most of this thing you'd be doing is combat. But everything is present and correct. The ships look like the ships they're supposed to look like. You got the old favourites that are in there, like the Drouthy and what's the other one? The Darkette. So it's definitely Wing Commander 3 board, because there's no Souther. And there's the little one in the main game. It always turns left. Yes, that one. The things you remember, I don't know. But it certainly looks the part. It plays well. I would rather play it on joystick, and I'm sure I could get joystick running if I spent a long time tinkering with it. There's other applications you could use, like X-Padder, I think, where you can just map keys to the joystick buttons. Speaking of mapping keys, the keys are not where you would want them to be. So when I started playing it, I just assumed, okay, I know Wing Commander keys, this will be easy. No. For instance, when I was trying to cycle the full guns, I was pressing F. Didn't work. So I pressed G. Didn't work. It's like on the period key. I'm just like, okay. Right, well, let's switch missiles. Enough of this javelin. I want my spiculums, right? W. No. Yeah, that's on the / key. So just bear that in mind. Having said all that, it is more Wing Commander essentially, which is never a bad thing. It is free to play. It has been around a while, so it's had most of its kinks ironed out, and it's well worth your time. There are a fair few missions. I think it's like 40 or 50 missions on there. So there's a lot to do, but as I said, it's harder, so you will find yourself getting stuck, especially with bloody escort missions. I hate that. I'm always of the opinion, if you're not strong enough to defend yourself, you deserve whatever you get, right? Survival of the fittest. I'm fine, I'm blowing everything up, nothing's killing me, and I'm in a dinky fighter. You're a big fuck off ship with a lot of guns. You should do better. I know. Escort missions just chap my ass. It's like, what is it, Ico? It's like, why would I want to play that? It's the entire game's an escort mission. I know it's beautiful and it's well done and everything like that, but I'd never play it because it's an escort mission. Bugs me. But yeah, I'll leave a link to the website from which you can download it in the description. And Lee, remember to leave a link in the description, right? Okay, good boy. So you can go along and try it out for yourself. It's, I can't remember, I think it's like 30 gig of download, I want to say. I could be wrong. I've downloaded a few things recently and that's just one of them. So. But I think it was around 30. But it's free, it's more Wing Commander. There's a slight bit of jank to it. But I'm sure, it's been around for a while, so other people will have had those problems. So if you snuffle through the message boards on the internet, I'm sure you'll find a solution to anything that ails you, including the joystick thing, which I should have done, but I just want to play the game, so fuck off. Anyway guys, that's it for this week. Take it easy, and I'll catch you next time.